Oh wow, we got kicked out. Alright, well that was stupid. It's fine.
Yes, but they were Gortash's idea, which makes him the inventor. How about we settle on the god who invented them?
Let's get on with it.
Mentioned doors like is like Misty Step, but you can bring a friend. Alright.
Alright, what now?
So we're probably gonna have to fight. So we might want to just get our buffs ready and stuff when we get up here. Right there still, huh? Okay.
My faith protects me.
Let's see here. Okay, let's do it with the mouse here.
The work is never done.
Oh, she's out of level 2 spots. Okay, let's see here. Could do
Whatever
mirror
comes,
image on both.
I'm ready.
This ought to be good.
Never a dull moment. Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Best keep your hands to yourself. You're being watched.
Alright. I just triggered that scene. Okay. Probably got to fight that guard.
Not for...
I don't like trouble, so don't go causing any. I don't...
Best keep your hands... Tempers are rising. It's clear not everything you find is at your disposal.
There you go.
Stand down, villain. In the name of the Steel Watch, aggressive action will not be tolerated in the presence of the patriarchs of this proud city.
Point taken, I'll keep things peaceful.
The Steel Watch appreciate your cooperation, citizen.
Dearest patriarchs, but a moment. I must greet a most honored guest. My friend, forgive the cold welcome. My Steel Watchers are eager watchdogs, for the good of the people, I'm sure you understand. Lord Enver Gortash at your service. I understand congratulations are in order. Thorm's defeat hasn't gone unnoticed. You're known for who you are and for that netherstone that you carry. Ah, and my old friend, Karlach. It's no wonder your victory was so decisive. It's lovely to see you again, darling.
I'm sure it is.
We'll catch up once we've covered more pressing matters. Thorm's netherstone, more to the point. You know, it takes all three to control the brain. Without Thorm's, it's become vexingly willful. The quakes are a clear warning. If nobody steps in soon, it'll free itself from the authority of the crown. I expect it'll start with turning the Sword Coasts infected. You among them. That prism of yours won't last indefinitely. Next, the grand design. The Mind Flayer Empire reborn. If we're lucky, we'll become slaves. If we're unlucky, well, not the most thrilling of prospects, but it's a fate that can be avoided if you and I come to an understanding. Together, we can still restore authority over the brain.
Of course. Gortash always did have an eye for opportunity.
Why is the crown failing?
It's not, but it will not follow new orders unless the Netherstones are united to give the command. When it finishes executing its current orders, it will be free to do as it wishes. That will be bad for everyone. Once it is freed from its shackles, I doubt we'll ever be able to bring it under control again.
What kind of understanding do you suggest?
There's an old wisdom. A brittle alliance can never be mended. It can only break. With Ketheric gone, Orin proved treacherous. Baal's chosen wants the Netherstones for herself. She only cares for blood. And your blood and mine are of particular interest to her.
I'm not afraid of her.
You've met her assassins. Efficient killers, by all accounts. I know you survived previous encounters, but she won't relent. Orin changes shape faster than you and I change clothes. You know, she's tricked you before. She's targeted me as well. I'm well protected, but she's extremely good at what she does. If Orin obtains all 3 Netherstones, she'll plunge the coast into chaos and paint the city in blood. I can't let that happen. I want to lead this city to glory, not scorch its earth.
You want me to believe you mean no harm to the city?
I'd like to propose a pact, a divine oath sworn upon spirit and flesh. I do no harm to you, nor you to me. Furthermore, you'll have nothing to fear from my steel watch while our pact stands. Thorm's stone is yours to keep. When you slay Orin and take her stone, you bring it here, so the 3 are united once again. Together we rule Faerun as kings. No, more than kings. Gods. We rule as the Absolute. What do you say? Shall we be allies?
I can detect no deceit. This alliance could serve us well. And if it does not, well, we need not honor it.
Let's be allies, said the viper to the frog.
Let's do insight here. Okay.
Gortash's eyes blink in a consistent rhythm. He stands calmly, confidently. He fully intends to share his kingdom with you.
Ah. See, as allies, seems none of you could be trusted. You, Orin, Ketheric.
So Ketheric was ready to betray our alliance too. I can't say it comes as a surprise. But you should know this. I initiated this plot. I brought Ketheric and Orin together to create the Absolute. They knew this would only work if we stood united and coordinated our powers. Their ambition blinded them to reason. I don't suffer the same affliction. In short, you can trust me.
I'll think about it, no promises.
Perhaps a demonstration of why you need my help will motivate you to make the right decision. Your camp is compromised. One among you is an imposter, a faceless. Who, I can't say. I'd suggest a thorough investigation. You'll find I speak the truth.
Take that with a grain of salt. This is Gortash we're talking to.
The faceless in your camp is like a knife at your throat. Remove it quickly, or any alliance between us would be exceedingly short-lived.
How am I supposed to find Orin if she can change her form so easily?
Even horror has a home. Find her nest and slay her there. For all its charms, Baldur's Gate has long had a cancer at its heart. A hidden temple devoted to Baal. That's where Orin became what she is, where she worshipped and schemed. And now, it's where she hides from my watchers, when she's not spilling blood in the streets. You're resourceful. I trust you'll sniff it out. If the trail goes cold, follow the bodies.
You, Orin, Ketheric the Brain, what was your plan?
First, Orin the Red, bloody dagger of Baal, causes panic in the streets through killings in the Absolute's name. Next, the threat of the Absolute's monstrous armies formed by Merkel's general, Ketheric Thorm. In such circumstances, people crave strong leaders. Leaders that bring law, order, and protection. Leaders like me, Bane's unyielding hand, author of justice. You are soon to witness the people of Baldur's Gate granting me complete power over them, all out of fear of the Absolute. Next, we will declare curfew and begin infecting the masses. Our subjects will hear the voice of their absolute God. The faithful will do anything in the name of their God.
And so begins your tyranny.
Our tyranny. And we are saviors. Defenders of the Sword Coast. Our loyal subjects will love us, not hate us. What comes next will be entirely their fault.
Where in the Nine Hells did you find a powerful artifact like the crown?
Powerful connections. Let's leave it at that.
I've heard enough. Am I free to go?
Soon. First, come and be witness as I make history. The first Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
I don't know. Do we want to pick a fight with him? This might be a bad time. I have no interest in the sham of a ceremony.
Then allow me to peek it for you.
Your brain twists and stretches under the Watcher's gaze. The pain almost brings you to your knees before fading.
You will follow me, and you will show due respect. Distinguished dukes, patriarchs, dearest Ravengard, I will heed your call. A new chapter begins.
Oh shoot, that's Wyll's father. Being mind controlled, huh?
Enver Gortash, swearest thou by Balduran's blade to defend the citizens of Baldur's Gate from enemies within and without?
I swear.
Swearest thou true faith and fealty to the same, by word, deed, and decree, so that none may suffer?
I swear.
Gathered guests, grant ye consent?
Don't. You will only invite his ire and your own death.
Alright.
Enver Gortash, the council appoints you Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
My friends, the Steel Watch stands ready. Let its blade fall on any who would diminish our city. And you, honored guest, will find me in my office above when you return. Do not come empty-handed.
Alright. Coronation of the Dreadmaster. Which that was Wyll's father there. Blade of Frontiers. So probably need to go to camp, Dr. Wyll.
Your first act as Archduke, my lord.
Ceremonies are to return to Mizora.
The Steel Watch will be mobilized.
What?
Next, we identify all enemies within our walls and within our ranks. They will be imprisoned until they prove loyal.
Gortash protect by Still Watch. When you figure out how to disable Still Watch, consider Gortash bargain. Gortash pros allegiance with kill Orin and take her another stone. He will rule the city alongside the Elder Brain Art Command. Yeah, that seems like a bad ending. Gortash put forward a proposition. If we kill Orin and take them for another stone, he'll let us rule the city alongside the Elder Brain Art Command. Yeah. Yeah, no, that seems like a terrible idea.
Is a Baldurian truly free when he fears?
So there you have it. Lord Enver Gortash in all his glory. What did you make of him?
He seemed like an absolute fraud and a very nice code.
Yeah. Fucker always had expensive taste. I don't know how anyone in this hall could fall for this charade. Isn't it obvious what a chancer he is?
When people are scared, they'll do whatever it takes to feel safe.
And they expect these big metal monsters to tuck them in at night while the Absolute knocks on the gates. If only they knew the truth. The Dead Three orchestrated all of this. And it's working. I wish this city, the people running it, were smarter than me. Gortash isn't their salvation. He's the monster at the gate.
As Archduke, my lord.
We prepare an arm.
An imposter in our ranks. If this is true, it could be anyone. You, me... Well, not me, I know who I am. Perhaps we shouldn't take Gortash's word for granted. But if he speaks the truth, we need to be careful. Orin could have eyes and ears on us right now.
Alright.
Yes?
People demanded.
What glory our city, and what glory its future.
An archduke! Finally someone who can stand up to those wretched absolutists.
Flaming fist.
Ravengard has not once failed this city. If he trusts Gortash, then so do I.
Archduke Gortash, man of the people, the right people.
The Steel Watch has made an impenetrable fortress out of the Sword Coast crown jewel. I can't think of a better endorsement for Gortash than that.
Your first act as Archduke, my lord.
We prepare an army of our own. The Steel Watch will be mobilized. Next, we identify all enemies within our walls and within our ranks. They will be imprisoned until they prove loyal.
Truest of souls, bathed in her light.
There is a fleeting connection. Your parasite communes with his, then falls quiet.
Have you come to behold the new dawn?
By the gods, what have they made of the city's great hero?
What is a hero, if not an actor for the greater good? Faerun suffers in darkness. Tyr has abandoned us. Helm's Eye has strayed. But Baldur's Gate will soon burn bright, a beacon to light the heavens. Gortash and I will ignite the final spark, and that, true soul, is the greatest of goods.
Enemies within? What do you mean?
Dearest Karlach, I'd busy myself finding Orin if I were you. I'll still be here for any unfinished business once you've secured your camp.
Well, that's it. That's all you have to say to me.
Were you hoping for something else? A word of wisdom? A hug?
Thanks to you, I don't hope for things anymore. I just take whatever it is I want. See you soon, motherfucker.
You most certainly will.
Alright.
The flaming fist stand ready.
Prepared. No pipe today.
Mm-hmm.
The most grievous error. In that case, fetch me a bowl of sunfish head stew. Kitchen is fresh out of sunfish, my lady.
Guess you can't talk to that one.
I never.
Under Gortash, we're safe. More to the point, my fortunes are safe.
Wouldn't count on that, buddy.
The Absolute's blight will be a hard one to cure. Gortash is the archduke for the job.
The city is only as strong as its walls. Gortash understands this. I am at my lady's service, and hers alone. It's your glass of dragon dew.
What are they thinking? Giving a fellow like that such power? I give him a year at most.
There you go. There's somebody with some common sense.
A commoner made Archduke of Baldur's Gate. I never thought I'd see the day.
A city is only as mighty as its leader. Under Gortash, no army can breach our walls.
Ha ha ha. But he's the one who controls the army. Alright, so maybe we need to go to camp.
I brought my own paring knife, and now I just need some ingredients, and I'm gonna make something really good, I promise.
Can we trust the freaking kid? Let's try this. Nope. A hard one to do. Greetings, cat. Dr. Wyll.
Your parasite binds your mind to Wyll's. Your memories of talking with Ravengard become his.
You spoke with my father. Incredible. To hear his voice speak those words, like a stranger wrapped in his flesh. I won't let the Absolute keep him. This is my pledge.
Could it be true Duke Stelmane allied with the Emperor?
Mind flayers are like devils. They just sport tentacles rather than wings. Clever, manipulative, exploitative. The Emperor says he's a friend. I think we'd be fools to believe him. And maybe it's true. Maybe Stelmane allied with a mind flayer and subjected the city to their political will. Or maybe he made an offer she couldn't refuse.
Did you know Stelmane very well back in the day?
I met her twice. The first time, I was a boy of 7 or 8, at a banquet in the Flaming Fist's honor. One look and I was smitten. Chestnut hair that flowed behind her like willow fronds, as she floated from one room to the next as if carried by clouds. The second time, Stelmane was different. Even with the aid of a cane, each step she took was a struggle. Every word she spoke took great physical effort. A stroke victim? I asked father later. No, he said. A stroke survivor.
You sense uncertainty in Wyll's voice. He questions his father's explanation.
I sense there's more to the story. There you go.
Something things always gnawed at me. At the banquet, Stelmane didn't seem to look at us, but through us. But that second time, her gaze never left me. It was steel, sharp and unyielding. It could just be my imagination, but I always felt that it was more than a stroke that had changed her. What, though? I couldn't say.
Any idea who could be behind the killing?
I couldn't say. But think about this. My father was tadpoled. Stelmane is dead. The people are frightened and the council's in disarray. To exert control, you must first sow chaos. A tyrant's strategy, as father would say. These murders aren't random acts. Someone powerful is guiding the killer's hand, and the city is made weaker for it.
That is probably Orin that did all the murders. That would be my guess.
If Gortash is to be believed, then even our camp isn't safe from Orin's influence. We might want to confirm the veracity of his claim, or at least clean up the mess.
Scratch's tail wags enthusiastically. Scratch's tongue lolls out happily, his tail wagging even faster.
All right.
Camp life seems to suit the young owlbear. His coat of feathers seems fuller. His eyes look bright and inquisitive.
All right. Be funny if it's like Withers.
Fate spins along as it should.
Dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a resurrection instead?
A shapeshifter infiltrating our number. Like a cuckoo creeping into the nest. A dire threat, if Gortash indeed spoke the truth.
Why, hello, lover. That sounded more debonair in my head, I'll admit. Do you need something?
What's on your mind? Yes?
Maybe we have to rest. Find out the truth, huh? Watch it be that little kid. The one who kind of showed up. Okay, so let's try resting. Oh, someone does wish to speak. Okay. Someone does wish to speak. Oh, Austin has something to say interesting.
I never quite realized how burdened I was until I met you. The threat of the Shadow Curse, the politics of the Grove. I was forgetting who I was. But you lifted the fog. Thank you.
So the fog's lifted. What have you discovered?
You. I discovered you. I have lived a very long time. I have taken many lovers. My heart does not stir lightly. But it does now.
How about no? I'm flattered, but I'm not interested.
Truly? I thought you felt the same as I did. You saw to my needs here in camp with the care of a lover, not a host. But I respect your choice. If that's how you truly feel. Your friendship remains precious to me.
I'm afraid I just don't see you that way.
I understand. And I still cherish our relationship. Still, I could not have forgiven myself had I not taken the plunge. Better to have tried and failed.
Yeah, no. Sorry, dude. I'm just not into it. And I'm just not into dudes. I'm sorry. Let's see here. Let's grab some of the heavier foods. There you go.
Since when can vampire spawn turn into mist?
Huh. So nothing happened?
I brought my own paring knife. Now I just need some ingredients, and I'm gonna make something really good, I promise.
Okay, so I was expecting something.
Yes? Copper for your thoughts?
Always good to talk, my friend.
Aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
How can I help?
Oakfather preserve you.
Alright.
Fate spins along as it should. Dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a resurrection instead?
Okay. Alright. There must be a scene that triggers later. That you don't even, so we won't even get to know, huh? Alright. Finish exploring this place, I guess.
Something got fresh from the wheel.
Oh. That was weird. Alright, that was disorienting.
Qualified for the endeavor. Under Gortash, the two will conquer the cult army and preserve our city and...
Thank the living gods, Gortash is here to protect us.
Finally,
A leader worthy of this city.
An historic day, the city's first archduke.
Archduke? Quite something, don't you think? I dare say Baldur himself would approve.
Times of strife produce the finest leaders. Archduke Gortash will be no exception.
Absolute army won't stand a chance. Gortash will crush them like roaches under his boot.
All right.
Will you take up arms if the walls are reached? Of course. It is the duty of a patriarch to defend the citizens. What then?
Return to Mizora. I don't see no Mizora there. Alright, that's weird. You should go down here. Oh, there's Mizora. Alright. Oh, we haven't cast our buffs yet. We should do that. Oh, I forgot to do that part. Your 2 new journal entries. We should summon us too. We have to cast Long Strider and stuff too.
Yes? Every duke's just the same as the last. Keeping up with each other as the sky falls around us.
God, it must be exhausting to be so cynical.
Not as exhausting as all that boot kissing you've been doing.
Fine.
No time to rest.
Alright.
If it isn't little Will's chums. I hope he hasn't been too much trouble. Poor thing. He's had a tough go, and you don't know the half of it.
You see, Gortash has had Will's father relocated.
We just saw him though. He was literally just right upstairs. Like we literally passed him like 2 seconds ago. That was fast. I thought Gortash would have had more use for the dear Duke in Wyrm's Rock.
I'm just an impartial observer. This is Gortash's game.
A murderous one, the way I hear it.
Ravenguard's good as dead. And to think there's no way to save him. Or is there?
Oh no. She's gonna try to make another deal with Wyll, huh? You know something, don't you?
I know enough. Let's talk to Wyll in your camp. Work something out.
The Duke's life depends on it.
Huh. Of course. Got some journal updates. Zora asks us to meet her in camp. She has an important proposal to make regarding Will's father, Grand Duke Ravengard. We're asked to meet in camp. She has the same theme. Same theme.
Ravengard is a charlatan. Like every
Alright. Back to camp, I guess. Those guys at the table didn't like Ravengard, I guess. They were talking about what Ravengard is doing by appointing Gortash.
Your
tadpole quivers, revealing your discussion with Mizora to Wyll.
Shit. Father's been taken, and Mizora started to scheme. By all the hounds of the hells, what is she planning?
Another rest time, huh? Mizora's up to nothing good, that's for certain.
Certainly not. But she's as inevitable as Torril's path around the sun. We'll have answers soon enough. Let's talk to Mizora. Until then, may my father keep safe, whatever coop he's been flown to.
Alright, so... Alright, I guess we rest again.
Sorore surge, testis esto pacti me.
Okay.
Come, sisters, be my testament. Notum sit in beator.
Notum sit in beator.
Holy hells.
Please introduce me to your friends.
Fina, Cirrus, arbiters for the hells, exemplars of justice.
Your parasite links with Wyll's, and your memories flow into him. He sees his father's flight from Wyrm's Rock, and hears Mizora's words to you.
Shit. Where did Gortash send my father? How do I save him?
Sisters.
Infernos contractos te vocamos. Infernos contractos te vocamos. Infernos contractos te vocamos.
Your contract, Wyll. Signed in blood, forged in fire, bound in bone, but not unbreakable.
Remain silent, I guess.
Yet no contract is ended without sacrifice, Wyll. The cost must be paid. Wyll Ravengard, a choice is before you. Option 1. I show you the way to your father. I guarantee him no harm except that from you and your allies. And you pledge your soul to me and the archdevil Zariel in a pact eternal. Option 2. I break your pact and you are freed from your duty. Your father dies by his enemy's hand, and Baldur's Gate loses its greatest champion. Name your sacrifice.
Bloody Zariel. I won't let her take Wyll.
Silence, Karlak.
Mizora, you asshole!
Choose.
What will happen to Wyll's powers if he breaks a pact?
Addendum F. The Absolute must be avenged for the Soulbinder's detention at Moonrise. The Soulbearer retains his gifts until such time as the Absolute is slain.
So that's pretty much a story theme that Brady says he'll have his powers for the end of the game, so you don't have to worry about it. I guess do I not have to... But I'd have to make the choice. This seems like a terrible choice. Why do I have to make the choice? Break the pact, Wyll. You deserve your freedom.
You damned wretch. Father. Do it. Break the pact.
Fiat ita. Fiat ita. Anima ad beator.
Didn't think you had it in you. Seems my boy's all grown up. And don't go fussing about your father. You made your choice. You knew the terms. You know what? I think I'll stick around. Not for the greater good, you understand. Just for the entertainment.
Alright. Break Wyll's pact with Mizora. I got a loophole achievement. Yeah, like, that's a tough choice, but it's like they're talking about owning his soul for, like, all eternity. Whereas, like, if Duke Ravengard dies, I assume his soul goes to whatever god he served, so... probably the better option.
I brought my own paring knife. Now I just need some ingredients, and I'm gonna make something really good, I promise.
Like, that just seems like the lesser evil. Oh, Mizora's here.
Gods. I spent 7 years choked by Mizora's leash. And I spent 7 years hoping to break free. I never knew freedom could taste so bittersweet.
I thought you never regretted taking the pact.
I didn't. I don't. My sacrifice kept Baldur's Gate safe from Tiamat's rage. But that doesn't mean that the leash never chafed. That I was content to lap up whatever nonsense Mizora fed me. The leash has been broken and my father left for dead. Tomorrow I celebrate my gain. But today, I mourn my loss.
A moment passes. In the stillness, you find a mote of tranquility.
The Ravengard name now lives solely with me. I will make it count for something.
Yeah, no, like I said, it seems like a bad decision, but you know, it's like at some point, like everyone's parents eventually die. It's like some part of growing up is like learning how to be able to let go of them. Your father's not dead yet, Wyll. Maybe there's a way to save them.
I signed his life away before the Hell's Witnesses. It would be easier to drink the sticks down to the last drop than to alter his fate. I'd be a fool to wish otherwise.
What's our next step then?
We obtain the final 2 nether stones and take back our minds. And the city. From the brain.
I'd like to talk about something else.
Go on then.
Alright. Yeah, no, it's like, it's just, you know, being, like said, you know, signing his, like said, his soul being, like, eternal, for, like said, to sign away your soul eternally to, like, the hells or whatever, just to save your father, like, that's not a smart decision. I can't see that being the right decision. Like, I mean, it's just, yeah, it's like, it's sad. It's a terrible way to lose your parent, like, lose your parents, terrible, like, I mean, I lost my own father when I was like 3 years old, like one of my earliest memories, but it's like part of like growing up is being able to let go of your parents, being able to move forward without them. Like you can't just keep living in the past. You can't try to like, you know, live in like a past before like how things used to be. Like he made, like I said, he made a decision that caused him to be estranged from his father's, like, you know, when he was like when he was a teenager, you know, unfortunately might not get a chance to, you know, say his goodbyes, right? But sometimes, like I said, sometimes that's the way it is. And I just, you know, but I think this is better than him being like eternal servitude to somebody he doesn't like. Alright, you should talk to her, though.
Little Will's all grown up. I can't wait to see what trouble he gets into.
Will's not a child. You need to start treating him with respect.
I beg your forgiveness for such undue impertinence. From now on, I promise him the same measure of respect he's shown his father. Oh, I almost forgot. Wyll sold his father's life for his freedom. My mistake.
Oh, she's evil. You never told me how the Absolutists captured you.
Correct. I didn't. If you must know, I was scouting the cultists on behalf of Zariel. But those cursed shadows were thick enough to fell even a half-fiend. I woke in that damned pod. It kept my body sealed and my most powerful magic silenced. But a brave, kind, benevolent soul set me free. Gallantry isn't dead after all.
You've left Karlach alone. Didn't you want her dead? What changed?
You are an inquisitive one. I'd have thought you'd figured by now. Zariel found a new use for an old battle axe. The dead three in that bulging brain of theirs are a threat to more than this trifling city, you know. Savor her company. Who's to say when Zariel might change her mind? My mistress can be so capricious.
I don't get it. If Wyll isn't your warlock, why stick around and give him power?
Just because he's not my pet doesn't mean he's not useful. The Absolutists worked a number on me at Moonrise. And you're the best hope I've got at payback. No one crosses the Hell's Children without getting scorched.
What can you tell me about the Hells?
The 9 Hells of Beator. Each its own domain, each with its own archdevil to rule it. I call the first Hell my home, Avernus. My mistress Zariel's realm, a torrid battleground split by the bloody waters of the Styx. How I adore it, the delicious agony of it all. The other 8, well, they are pleasures unto themselves. Perhaps I'll show you myself, if I deem you worthy.
I don't think we should ask for things from her. I don't know. That seems sketchy.
Come for a chat?
Yeah, I don't know. That seems like it would be those last 2 options. Like, you either try to kick her out. Like, I don't know. I kind of feel like those last 2 might not go over so well. Always talk to people, though.
I did not know Duke Ravengard that well. But I am sure he would not want his son to become slave to Zariel for his sake. I am sure Wyll knows that. But we would do well to remind him when his days grow dark.
You sound like you speak from experience.
No one truly understands the weight of loss until they've worn it a while. There is no shame in sharing the load when you need to.
Soldier?
Wyll sacrificed his own father to be free of the Pact. Remarkable resolve, if you can harden your heart. The Night Singer would approve.
She's impressed.
Time and again, Wyll's plight reinforces my decision not to pursue the path of a warlock. It's one thing to make such a sacrifice in the pursuit of such a pack, but to do so in order to escape one. Truly, it leaves you with nothing.
Wyll sacrificed his own father. A hard choice, but not one that is unknown in nature. At times, a seedling must strangle the very tree that bore it, if it's to survive.
All right. We just cast all of our spells, but that's fine. We should just partial rest. All right. Let's leave camp. Let's quick save first, then leave camp.
Gortash has Ravengard on his side. That should tell you something.
All right.
Every duke's just the same as the last, sticking up for each other as the sky falls around us. Cult army on the march, killer on the loose, and Mistress Dorenbold still drags me hither and thither.
You hear? My lady says Absolute's army's on the march. There's watchers. We'll hold the line. You best believe.
All right.
Head up, chest out. Lord Portier could descend any moment.
Lord, Archduke, God. I'll call Gortash what he wants, as long as Lord Chatshield pays me for all this waiting around.
Bruff's babbling, no time to talk.
It's dust on the board. What happens next is out of our hands.
You're free to explore, within reason.
Well, how kind of him.
Look, I'm all for Gortash, but those clankers, they don't sit right with me.
Because they do your job better than you and without complaining. It is unnerving.
Imagine where we'd be without them. The city would be overrun. They're all that's keeping this cult at bay.
He has a point. They make people feel safe, if nothing else.
Ha! You hear this? Tell my friends how safe you feel with those metal giants stamping about.
You shouldn't trust on them. They'll turn on all of you eventually.
You've been reading too many picture books.
Lord Gortash himself is the one pulling their strings. We're all better off for it.
All right.
Ravengard is a charlatan, like every last.
Master Porter, I've taken the liberty of... Oh, you're not the master. Just as well.
All right. Oh, I see. That's where he came in from. So let's go this way. Oh, nice. Waypoint.
I ain't saying nothing to nobody until I've had my trial.
No time to talk. I have clients to brief, and they're as sharp as spoons.
Oh, leave it out. I've got a trial coming up, and I need to rememberize my lines.
Let's rehearse this one.
They say Gortash won't be king.
But that pomp upstairs sure sounds like a coronation.
It won't happen.
Broke down the door. The Flaming Fist don't stand for trouble. So stay out of it, yeah?
That's why nothing's gonna happen to us. We'll tell them what happened, and we'll be home in no time.
I'll take him on.
You've been saying that for ages. You're still here. What are they waiting for?
To say is that the witness must have been
I don't know, dear. I don't know.
Look at you.
Maybe.
I don't like it.
You're not being paid to like it. If I were you,
I'd read the
focus
thing.
on my own job and leave the
Flaming Fist Barracks. Authorized personnel only.
I'm authorized because I say so.
Oh, what are you doing in here?
You notice the gnome slip a lockpick into his pocket.
You're not a fist. Go on, get out, or I'll wake the others.
Uh-huh. Sure, if you want me to tell them you're trying to steal their belongings. Garlic doesn't have good charisma. Way better if it's my character doing this. Okay, maybe. Nope, that ain't gonna do it. There you go.
I'm no thief. I was going to pay it back. Eventually. I needed the gold.
Needed it for what?
I'm getting out of here. Taking a ferry down the coast to get me home. Those bloody crooks at the docks are charging triple, though. Danger money. It's a joke.
What's got them so spooked?
You haven't heard? An army is coming. They're saying it's unstoppable. My wife said we have to stand and fight, and I can't. I won't. I'm not made for this.
You seem capable from where I'm standing.
I'm not a soldier. I only joined for the uniform and a warm bed. They're better off without me. I'm scared. All I want is to go home. This area isn't open for the public. You need to leave.
All right.
Around. I can't take it.
Let me just talk to you. Alright, there's a passageway in this other room, so let's try going down there first before we go these side places.
Where? Pardon me for saying.
Oh, I can't barely glaze that piece.
Oh hey, who's this?
He wasn't even hurt.
This is the armory, not a bloody open house. Fists only. Now clear off.
I'd like to trade with you.
Trade? Do I look like a shopkeeper? This equipment isn't for sale. It belongs to the Flaming Fist.
That said, she does look like a shopkeeper. Lord Gortash himself told me to speak with you about my requirements. Were you not informed? Said, Gortash kind of a bad guy, so I'm okay telling lies about him. There you go.
Course I bloody wasn't. Too busy ordering more of those mechanical monstrosities to tell me. I suppose you can take a look. But make it quick.
Alright, what do we got here? Nothing particularly great. Oh yeah, let's sell that box of fireworks or whatever it's called. That thing that's heavy. Not even worth anything. Alright.
Stay sharp, stranger. In these times, all we can trust are the blades in our hands.
I was kind of disappointed that merchant had better stuff. I'm like, we had to pass a persuasion check. Or deception check. Wyrm's Rock Prison. Is an entrance door.
Next, I wonder.
Don't think we want to be messing around here, but
A lock. How tempting.
you know what? I think my gut's telling me we don't want to mess with that. You don't really have a reason to be in the prison right now, so unless we want to get ourselves thrown in the prison, which seems like a bad idea.
It won't happen, I swear.
Okay, so this is actually where we came from. So we want to go the other way. The bridge is down now, huh? Interesting. I mean, we can just walk across here normally now. Don't have to do any, like, misty stepping.
I'm with you then.
Oh, yep, I guess the game considered I passed their theme. Alright, we just used some dimension door tricks. That's what those spells are for, right? Oh, we forgot to recast our buffs. Gonna use us.
I'm ready.
Alright, Jahira, cast Long Strider.
Let me guess, you need something.
Good.
Always nice to be wanted.
Let's move.
Alright.
Keep those feet moving.
That's not what the subtitles said. Oh, our city, wait. Oh! Alright, so this is like the it, huh? Can't be the point of no return, though. Because we'd have stuff to do in the other places. Kind of funny, the wall's right there, but alright, let's do it.